Wednesday. It's the 24th of the month of August, 2016. And this is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Pat Garner.
And Pat, how you doing?
I'm good.
I'm good too. Well, I'm supposed to be anyway. There's going to be, just to get right into it, I'm going to jump right in here. There's going to be a chicken chase.
Are you chasing chickens?
Well, I've done that too, but this is a serious chicken chase. It's coming up, and it's sponsored by it's part of Beak Week. And it's sponsored by a whole bunch of people here, including Goldsboro Parks and Recreation Department. It's a community fun run, walk, and bike. There's actually no real chickens involved with this, I understand, which is a shame, actually. This will be taking place at historic Herman Park with free T-shirts for the first 75 who register for this. And you can register online, get your pencils, and I'll tell you how to do that in just a moment. But it's what they're calling a chicken chase. It's September 7th, which is coming up very soon. 6 p.m. 6 p.m. is when it'll start on September 7th. You go to online, you go to racesonline.com/events/chicken chase, which is chicken-chase. And I would have to think that a better way of getting into this would be to go to goldsboroparksandrec.com, and I'm sure there's a link on there. goldsboroparksandrec.com to become a part of this chicken chase September 7th. On a serious note, now, there are plans, and some people don't know this, but some people do. There are plans to build a brand new Herman Park Center.
Woohoo.
How about that? So they're going to tear down the old one and build a new one. Because, as I had mentioned, in fact, yesterday we had County Manager George Wood in, and he was talking about a new 911 center. And it turns out that oftentimes a new facility, building a new facility is actually less expensive than renovating an older one because it's so much involved. So that's what they're going to do with Herman Park Center. It will be less expensive to build a new one than it will be to renovate the old one. So the Recreation Advisory Committee of the Parks and Recreation Department of the City of Goldsboro will be holding a public input session regarding the design of the new Herman Park Center. Now, this meeting will be held Monday, August 29th. That's this coming Monday, from 4 o'clock until 6 o'clock at Herman Park Center. If you don't know where that is, that's at the corner of Herman and East Ash Street. Herman and East Ash, right across from the Health Department. It's a drop-in meeting for public input, and light refreshments will be served. Those unable to attend can submit suggestions to the Parks and Recreation Director. That would be Scott Barnard. And you can call the Parks and Recreation Department to get his telephone number, or go to Goldsboro Parks and Rec, spell out ANDREC.com. GoldsboroParksandRec.com. Again, that's August 29th, 4 till 6 p.m. Herman Park Center. And they're going to build a brand new Herman Park Center, and they need input from the community. Now, that's good.
That is.
That is good. On the 31st, which is the following Wednesday, there's going to be a Chamber of Commerce is having a end-of-session legislative update breakfast. This legislative update breakfast includes legislators from the legislature. And the legislators will include 2 senators, that would be Don Davis and Lewis Pate, District 5 and District 7, respectively. 3 from the House of Representatives of the state of North Carolina, that would be from District 4, 10, and 21, Jimmy Dixon, John Bell, and Larry Bell. Also, our North Carolina State Budget Director will be on hand as well. This will be our legislative update breakfast, end of session legislative update breakfast, August 21st, that's a Wednesday, 8 o'clock in the morning at Lane Tree. Starts at 8 a.m., it's at Lane Tree, and if you're a chamber member, it's $15. If you're not a chamber member, it's $25. Of course, they'd love for you to join the chamber, and that's easy to do as well. If you have any questions, you can go to WayneCountyChamber.com. WayneCountyChamber.com. Okay?
And it starts at 8 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. It starts at 8 o'clock. Thought I mentioned that.
Nope.
Okay. Save time, save convenience, save gas. There you go. Or
Save
whatever.
convenience.
Well, I just thought it was, I was being illiterate.
It is convenient.
Okay. It is. You can, it is time. You can, it is gas. You can, it is convenient. Well, It's just all mixed up here.
Vote by mail.
Vote by mail. Is there an echo? Vote by mail. You can request a ballot simply by calling the Board of Elections office, 919-731-1411, 731-11, or 731-1411, 731. What's the number?
731
Yeah.
1411.
That's what I meant to say. 731-1411 is the number. This saves you so much time. It saves you a lot of gas, and it's very convenient. Vote by mail. Actually it's an absentee ballot, but you're actually voting by mail, and it's all legal and it's all perfectly safe. And the votes are counted. Okay, so 731-1411, 731-1411, call the Board of Elections office and request information, or just go ahead and get a ballot through the mail. They'll send it to you, and everything's verified now. Everything is verified.
You can go to waynevotes.com as well for all the
That's
information.
right. That's right. Get that information. Wayne
And you
Votes.
get your ballot offline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
WayneVotes.com.
Come.
WayneVotes.com. Get that information. You can also download your ballot offline. I knew that.
I would say sure, Wayne Alley.
Sure, Wayne Alley. Voting. Okay. If you'd rather vote early, you can actually vote early. There's 6 voting places around the county where you can actually vote early. That begins October 20th and goes through November 5th. Election day is November 8th. So you can vote early if you don't want to vote by mail, you can go to one of the early voting places. And you can go and find out where those places are by going to waynevotes.com, waynevotes.com, or go to waynegov.com and click on the departments, click on government, click on the Department Board of Elections. And the Board of Elections actually encourages you to vote early because it cuts down on the lines and the wait time and all that. All right? Excellent.
You can go to their Facebook page,
You can do that too.
and they have the schedule on there, as well as the early voting
The
places.
schedule's there, that's right. Okay, we're going to go to our interview, and we'll be back after that here on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Our guest is Chip Crumpler. Chip is the planner of Wayne County planner. Chip, what does that mean? What do you do? And by the way, welcome.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Good to be here.
What do you do?
Well, we're the run the county planning office. We deal with subdivision development, new construction, site plans, anything that has to do with building in the county. or
Any
subdividing
infrastructure,
of land. Yeah.
highways, you get involved with that?
Yes, transportation planning,
Exactly.
land use planning, zoning, flood ordinance enforcement, things that we're required to do as a
Anything
county.
that calls for building something or tearing something
right.
down or adding a highway or taking it away or any kind of infrastructure,
Planning for future needs.
planning for future needs,
Yes, sir.
goes through your office.
That's correct.
Now, where does the GIS come into this?
Well, GIS is utilized by all departments.
Mm-hmm.
So, but in the planning department, some of the basic data that is generated, such as addresses, when a new house is built, it's issued a 911 address. We maintain that data. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how planning was involved with it. The street information. If a new street is constructed, mm-hmm. then we enter that 911 information so that it can be shared throughout multiple departments. At the county level, then it's also shared at the state level and the federal level. It has addressing information that is associated with each address and with each street segment. Right. So, it's essential when you call 911 that
Right.
they know where to respond to.
Yeah.
Yes.
How long have you been in the planning department?
I've been with Wayne County for 16 years.
16 years.
Yes.
All right.
I've been a GIS coordinator until I was recently named the planning director about a year ago. I was from 2007. I was a GIS coordinator for the county. Yeah.
So you've been in that department quite a while,
Yes.
almost 10 years now.
Correct.
Okay, well, recently there was a survey available for the residents of Wayne County to take a look at and answer just a few questions. Just took a couple of minutes to do this, but now, what was the survey? What were we looking for and trying to accomplish?
Well, the county commissioners, had gone to a conference and they went to a workshop, I guess, and saw some information on access to broadband and internet. It got them to thinking about what our internet speeds were here in the county. So, in an effort to, they understand the necessity for high-speed internet. If you run a business from home, you want to have access to the websites that you need to do business with. If you're a family living out in the county in some areas, you want your children to be able to go home, do their school research, work on their school papers, and not have to be on there one at a time.
Right.
So you can download videos, download content, be able to have multiple people using the same internet service from your home
Right.
at a reasonable price.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So in an effort to gauge the county's citizens' satisfaction with their internet speeds, they asked that a survey be created and made available online, and to gauge that interest. In North Carolina, local governments cannot negotiate directly with internet service providers.
Really?
Only the state government can do that, and they have a special office that deals with that.
So our Wayne County government, Goldsboro City, cannot negotiate
That is correct.
with providers.
That
with
is correct.
internet service providers, ISPs.
So the state has an office that does that for local governments. It's called the North Carolina Information Broadband Infrastructure Office.
Okay.
And they run a program like that, and that does that. But now what they do is they want a survey done to gauge interest, and they'll take that information and they'll take GIS data that the county may have on existing infrastructure that we would have, such as water towers, high buildings, towers and cell towers and radio transmission towers, things of that nature. They'll take all that data, assemble it, and go out and try to set up a meeting with the internet service providers in an effort to improve access to broadband coverage for our county.
Okay. Out of all the surveys, well, how many surveys responded? How many do we have? And this was all on the internet, right?
Yes.
Okay. How many came back to us?
Well, when we advertised it, we made advertisement in the local newspapers.
Right.
We made advertisements on the radio. It was run on this station. We put it on social media. We sent 19,000 flyers out to every school child in the public school system of Wayne County. So I feel like we did a good job of getting the word out about the survey. It was available on the county's website. Paper versions were available in all the public libraries, available in the tax office, and we had a number you could call and we would take it over the phone or we would mail you one.
And you would know how many households we have in Wayne County approximately.
Yes.
Out of how many houses?
Well, we have
do
a population of 125,000 people.
All right. So does that equate to X number of households or what?
I'm going to say that's probably, I wouldn't know exactly.
Let's just say 3.2
You've got a county population of about 67,000 people. The rest of them live inside of
a municipality.
Yes. So,
okay.
But you're talking about out of those responses, we were hoping to have about we were hoping to get about 2,000 responses, and we ended up getting 678.
678. But now still, anytime there's a survey like this, regardless of who's asking for it, and regardless of the findings, any survey can be calculated to cover a larger number. In other words, for every person who responded to this survey, that would be the answer of 1,000 people,
probably,
or 2,000 or 3,000 people. It can be it can be calculated out, and we didn't do that. We just have the straight responses.
We just have a straight 678 responses, which we sent that back to the state, and they felt like that was enough data to move forward.
Okay, well maybe they're calculating. Let's take a look at the survey that we have. We can see 678 responses there.
Right.
Now this is question number 1. I take it. Is that right? What does that say there?
It means how many of the respondents have internet service in their residence right now, and you see that 86.2% of the respondents had some form of internet service, whether it be wireless or wired service through cable TV,
Mm-hmm.
or a wireless device such as a cellular phone.
So out of the 678, that's how many? 80-some%.
Responded.
Okay.
You had 13.8 responded that they did not
All right. Do not have internet service
at all,
at all.
or access to internet.
So
at
this
all.
probably would have been people that responded by paper ballot. Did you? By paper?
Well, they could have gone into the library,
Oh,
gone
that's
on
right.
the library's
That's
website. Depends.
Yeah. And of course the library has the internet
Yes.
access. Okay. Question number 2, moving down, what was that question?
It's what is the main reason you do not have internet service at your county residence?
Okay.
And of course, the number one answer was that no internet company will serve my address. That was of the 13.8% or 13.6%. Most of them no service at all. Some said they could not afford it. That was the number 2 answer, and the number 3 answer was that they some other reason of why they could not get access to it.
Okay, so of those who do not have it, that percentage of all respondents, which was what, 13.8%,
Half of them, a little over half.
a little over half of them said
There was nobody serving.
there's no
my
internet companies serving them.
Right.
So well, that's a lot of people though.
Well, it could not really. I mean, it's not that they.
It's roughly 10%.
Yeah, not everybody has access. I mean,
Okay.
you may not have cellular phone access at your home. You may not have cable TV service on the road
Okay.
you live on. There's
Right.
multiple reasons as to why, but we didn't
Why
get
they're not
into
served.
we didn't get into that detail. But
Okay.
most of these are in areas that just don't have a lot of population to begin with.
Okay. All right. So move on to number 3 there. We'll see what that question is. And number 3 question is?
What type of internet service does your home have? If you have more than one, please indicate. Of course, the number 1 answer was a wired service through a phone line or cable TV,
Right.
which is the predominant
through the
ones.
use of a modem.
But even though you have those types of services, you still may not be satisfied with the speed that it's being delivered at,
You know,
which is the issue.
we used to have pretty good speed here in North Carolina at one time, but here of late it seems we seem to have been surpassed greatly in our speed availability.
I would think so.
Yeah,
It would be my.
So we're lagging behind in that area.
I feel like we are.
Yeah.
And then the number 2 answer was that people are getting their internet service through a wireless device, such as a cell phone or a hotspot from a wireless company. So that was 22.7% of all the respondents.
All right. Now, which one is this? Question
Number 3, still,
Okay.
still on number
okay,
3.
I see. Okay.
So that's a pretty large amount of people in our county of the 678 respondents.
Okay, that's the blue on the screen, right?
No, it would be your red.
Oh, I see the red.
So you're at, that was the number 2 answer, so
Oh, the number 2 answer, 20-some% there.
yes.
Oh, okay.
So you have a lot of people that are using cellular wireless
To access
to
the
access
internet.
the internet,
I see.
which is very expensive at this current time.
Yes, it is.
Okay. If we move on to question 4, it just asks, of all the 678 respondents, are you satisfied with your internet service? Of those, 58% said no.
Wow. That's almost 6 out of 10.
42% said yes.
So 6 out of 10 are not happy with it.
Correct. Even though they have internet service, they're not happy
They're not
with
happy
it.
with it.
And then we get down to the question number 5, which indicates, well, why are you not happy with it?
Right. Okay.
If you're dissatisfied with your internet service, check the reasons that you're dissatisfied. Of course, the number 1 respondent, 72% of the respondents said speed was the issue.
Not fast enough.
Correct.
Why do they need speed? Did they explain?
Well, faster downloads of web pages,
Okay.
access for multiple people on the internet at one residence or one business.
So if you've got 4 children going to
Slows
school
down.
and they're all on the internet at the same time,
Slows down.
slows things down,
Yes.
bottlenecks.
If you can even get on
Yeah.
and do it. And of course, the number 2 was cost.
Yeah.
A lot of them are using wireless devices to get on, as we saw in the previous
Expensive.
question. It can get expensive. And then reliability is the number 3, a close number 3 there, with some of them said it was just not reliable to use. Probably at certain times of the day it becomes less reliable.
Okay. And
if we move on to question number 6, if you were dissatisfied with your internet service, for which of the following types of activities do you find your internet connection to be too slow? The number one answer was the streaming of live video content. Or
really?
Video content, period.
Really?
Yeah, so
streaming of movies and
yeah, anything you deal with video content.
so that would be YouTube. So if 1,000 people are looking at the waynegov.com website and they want to stream, they want to look at the commissioner streaming.
If you're doing it in some areas of the county, you may have a slow download speed. You may have buffering of the video.
Yeah.
So those are the things that come into play there. The
Uh-huh.
second one is browsing commonly used websites.
Okay.
So their browsing speeds are too slow. And I guess the number 3 answer was the loading of web pages that you most frequently use. So if you're if you're a student going to a particular web page on a regular basis, you may have some issues getting access to that web page without sitting there waiting a long time. Or if you're a business accessing something you do business with your business, accessing a company website for orders or accessing a bank for banking information, they may be running into some issues with loading those frequently used web pages.
Okay.
So those are the top 3 answers. If you move on down to question number 7,
Number 7.
if you could have access to an internet connection that would allow you to stream videos without buffering and or to allow you to download music or other work from home, how much would you be willing to pay extra for such a service or pay?
All right.
And of course,
Let's go back up there, I believe. Wasn't that?
That's
was
it.
that it? Was that it?
Come down just a
Oh,
little
come
bit.
down. I'm sorry.
It split the page right there.
Oh, okay.
And so the respondents there, they the number 1 answer was up to $50 a month.
Wow.
The number 2 response was up to $25 a month, and the number 3 response was the $75 figure was 5.7%. So you have $25, $50, and $75 price ranges. So that might entice internet service providers to want to
Raise
maybe
prices.
make some improvements in their infrastructure if they think they're going to expand their customer base.
Well, there are those who are encouraging citizens to cut the cord and get away from cable TV, and because, for one reason, is that cable TV continues to go up in price, and this might have something to do with that decision. If they start charging more, then they should offer more services, a faster service for one.
And that was basically the entire survey. The other parts of the survey dealt with their location, where they were located, their email addresses, their contact information, and whether they were willing to participate or be contacted at a later date in an effort to improve our internet services.
But now, a lot of these internet services provided come through a cable company, do they not?
Could. Some of them
Yeah.
could. A lot of places are wireless,
Yeah.
with wireless antennas. So there's a multitude of options, and that's what we hope to explore, or I hope the state does for us, is maybe find some ways of improving our speed in certain areas of the county and enticing those ISPs to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the only way we're going to be able to do it, was to start the survey and try to follow through with it. And it's going to really be up to them to negotiate it if we can get something done. Now, what they also had us do was provide information on, vertical assets that the county may have access to,
Towers and that sort of
towers
thing.
and antennas, and we had to go through and provide contact information for each of our cell towers. Of course, that comes from the FCC, and then any county-owned towers, which the county owns some towers for communications. And then with our water departments, any water towers, a lot of times water tanks have antennas on the top of those.
We've seen those.
So we've gone through and provided a list of the owners and a list of those assets, and provided that back to the state as part of this meeting.
what is the timeline on this? When do we hope to have information back from
I hope to have, well, what they have to do is provide a meeting where they're going to invite these internet service providers in. We're going to host it here in this county. The date and time I do not know yet because that's going to be up to the state office to do that. They've got our information, they have our survey results, and we have to have a meeting with them in the next week or two to set those issues up, to set up those that meeting. So we'll be arranging that and holding it as soon as possible.
All right, Chip Crumpler, county planner for Wayne County, and so it goes. And if you're interested in any of this, when these meetings are held, will the public be invited, or do we know?
I'm not sure.
I believe it
is.
That would be
a
nice.
Public meeting.
That would be
yes.
nice. Well, let us know how it goes. Keep in touch.
I will.
Chip, and we'll bring you more information as this develops here in Wayne County. Thank you very much,
Yes,
Chip
sir.
Crumpler,
Thank you.
county planner. We're back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Hope you're doing well today. Well, today is Wednesday, the middle of the week already. Let's find out what's special about today, shall we?
What's special, Wayne?
I'll tell you what's special about today. Today's the 25th. Today.
No, it ain't.
What's
Today is
today?
the 24th.
Oh, yeah. That's what I meant to say. I just want to see if you were listening.
Right.
Today's the 24th. Today is Pluto demoted day. Pluto was taken from the glory of being a planet to becoming, all of a sudden, just like that, a subplanet. Now, is that fair? There's a lot of people who are really upset about that. And I'm serious. They were very seriously upset about that. Of course, Pluto joins other subplanets. There's 3 or 4 others, like Maki and Ceres and the others. And we talked about that before. But today is the day in history. I don't remember what year it was, but it's been a while back. Not that long. Today is Vesuvius Day. This is the day way back when Mount Vesuvius popped its top. And it was that was in Europe, and it was bad. A lot of people died. Today is also William Wilberforce Day. If you're a movie fan and you're a fan of Wilberforce, a lot of people know who that is. This is his day. This is National Waffle Iron Day. I never tried to iron waffles. I never did. They're good to eat, but if you iron them, then you flatten them out and they become pancakes. But it's not National Pancake Day. Anyhow, National Waffle Iron Day. It's also
That's it.
That's It Day. No, it's not That's It Day. It's just that's
That
it.
was all for the 24th.
Oh, that's all. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Day. All right. Trivia question for today. Are we ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Sure.
They almost printed this up.
Maybe it's simple. That don't even look simple.
No, that's my handwriting. In Australia, they call it Hungry Jacks. What do we call it in the U.S.? It is an international corporation. In Australia, it's called Hungry Jacks. What do we call it in the U.S.? Find out when we come back in our next segment on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Thank you very much. Our guest today is Sharron Pollard. And Sharron, right?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Now, we're going to find out all about you now, okay?
Okay.
Your office is at Wayne Community College.
That's correct.
However, your job entails a wide area. It's a large umbrella. Now, tell us what you do.
What I do at Wayne Community College is I'm the Military Business Development Specialist with the North Carolina Military Business Center. We are housed at Wayne Community College, not only at Wayne Community College, but every community college throughout the state of North Carolina has a North Carolina Military Business Center representative attached to it.
And there's 58 colleges in the state.
That's
so,
right. That's right.
Wow. So tell me about the Military Business Center. What is that?
Okay, the North Carolina Military Business Center, we're under the Executive Director, Scott Dorney. Our headquarters is in Fayetteville, North Carolina at Fayetteville Tech Community College.
Okay.
And I am assigned to this community and Seymour Johnson Air Force Base.
Okay.
What we do is we partner with the Small Business Center at Wayne Community College, and Linda Barad is the interim small business director. They offer a wide range of classes to the community. We can assist with those classes. Anytime that there is anything dealing with the business center or anything dealing with solicitations, reading a solicitation, preparing solicitations, we're there to assist her. However, our main goal is to connect businesses in Wayne County, Edgecombe, Lee, Greene, Johnston, Northampton, and there's some more counties. All the counties throughout North Carolina with federal government opportunities.
Federal government opportunities, employment-wise.
And to win contracts.
And to win contracts.
To win contracts.
So if I have a business and
Yes.
I'm former military,
Yes.
if I'm former military and I own a business, say I have a drywall business, or I have a car repair business,
Yes.
and I can contract with the government
Yes.
to get that contract and do the work
Yes.
for the government.
Yes, and it's not only limited to former or transitioning military, it's to any business owner in the state of North Carolina.
Oh.
Any business
Any
owner.
business owner.
If you have a business, I encourage you to register at matchforce.org. And when you go to matchforce.org, you click on resources, and then you go down to matchforce.org. And then you register as a job seeker, as a business, or as the government. And if you register as a job seeker, you upload your resume, and then you put in keywords as to the job that you're looking for, and you will receive job openings to your inbox and your email. Okay. If you're a business, you go in, you register your NAICS code and or keywords, and any solicitation that is put out by Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, Fort Bragg, Cherry Point, Coast Guard, Corps of Engineers, that will come to your inbox. And it doesn't stop there. What I do is I go in every day and I look at different vehicles. I look at FedBizOps, FedConnect, NICO, which is the Navy space where they upload their solicitations. Right. I will go into matchforce.org, which is our database for our businesses and our clients, and I will pull a record. I'll pull a record and see who matches that NAICS code, and I will actually email you that opportunity. From there, it's on the business to prepare their solicitation and get it back to the government. But we give you all the points of contact information. We give you a link to the federal opportunity. So we're, in fact, the middleman, your capture manager if you are a small business and you cannot afford one.
So you make all this information available to the masses, to anybody out there interested who is a business owner who wants to contract with a government job, agency or whatever.
Yes.
And work with the, well, you know, how did people find this before the business center?
Well, to find it before, there is FedBizOps, fbo.gov, and you can search that every day. Yeah. You can go into FedBizOps and you can set up do an advanced search and run rules to come to your inbox every day. Yeah. And you can tailor that or customize that to your business, to your industry, to your NAICS code, to a geographical area that you're willing to travel to and do those jobs.
Yeah, but you don't have to do any of that now, do you? Because that's what you do.
That's what I do. Yes.
It saves a lot of time.
It saves a lot of time for the client. And that's why we encourage people to go to ncnbc.us. We have a wealth of information on our website. All my contact information is there, and our other business development specialists if you're not in the Goldsboro area. If you're in Raleigh, if you're in Goldsboro, Greensboro, Charlotte, Asheville, wherever you may be throughout North Carolina, there's a business development specialist associated with the North Carolina Military Business Center that can help you.
NCMBC.
.us.
.us. That's North Carolina Military Business Center.
Yes.
NCMBC.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Now, how long have you been doing this? You sound like you really know what you're talking about.
Well, I have been with the North Carolina Military Business Center. I started last May. Then I left and went back to the federal government, and now I'm back. This is just one position that I love. I love helping the community, and I love being able to tell the clients, hey, just come on, set up a counseling session with me if you're having any problems. And you know what? There's no fee.
It's all free.
It's all free.
They don't have to pay anything for this.
They don't have to pay anything, just a little time and just willing to learn and have perseverance and determination, because it's not going to happen overnight, but we are there to help you.
So if I own a painting business, I can go to you and
Yes.
you can submit all this information out there. And if there's a painting job available at Camp Lejeune or at the Norfolk, perhaps,
Yes.
then that information comes to you, and then you connect
Right.
everybody together.
And I connect you together with that opportunity, but it's up to the business owner to write the proposal or write the quote and get it back to the contract specialist.
You just connect the information, and it's up to
Yes.
them to actually finalize the deal.
Correct. And if there's anyone out there that's not registered in SAM.gov, you have to be registered in SAM.gov to do business with the government. I can help you get all the information, all the phone numbers, all the websites that you need to get registered in the SAM.gov database.
So it all starts with you, or they can start with you. They can go other ways, but the easiest thing to do is to contact your office.
They can contact my office. I will get them all the information that they need to get in SAM.gov, and then everything goes from there. If you don't have a business plan, I connect you with Linda Berard, and she will help you write your business
Really?
plan. So if it's something that I can't do, I have the resources and I have the people that I can put you in contact with so that you can get your business started and so that you can start winning federal government contracts.
Now, when you apply for these contracts, is it a bid process usually?
Yes.
That you would have to submit bids, and then once you
Yes.
get it, you're in.
Once you get it, you have to be ready to perform the job and perform the duties and have the people on board day one of the contract start date.
All right, and you have access to all the contracts, bid proposals, and all that information to help the people who want to
Yes.
get involved with this.
Yes, as soon as it hits FBO, Fed Biz Ops, we get it out to our clients. So you have to be in our database. That's why I encourage everyone to register at matchforce.org.
Right.
And that way you're in our database. And even if you aren't in SAM.gov yet, if you have keywords, register those keywords and we can get that opportunity out to you.
Okay, one more time. Tell me how to get into the Match Force.
You go into MatchForce, and once you get to North Carolina Military Business Center.us, ncmbc.us website, click resources, move your cursor down to matchforce.org, and then you register as a job seeker, a business, or as a government entity. And that's as simple as it is.
It's almost too good to be true.
Yes.
It's just so simple. And just think about it. This could be the beginning of many contracts with the government for somebody who didn't know what to do or how to go about doing it.
Yes, and we try to make it easy for the client, and if there's at any point you have any questions, you don't understand something, we are available. Like I said, I'm not the only business development specialist, but I do serve this area. I am available to come out to your business. We can set up a meeting in the office, and just so we can walk through processes. If you're already doing business with the government and you want to grow that, I can help you and show you how to grow your business.
I bet you can. You certainly sound like you know what you're talking about. Sharron
you.
Pollard is
Thank you.
is a specialist.
Yes, business development specialist.
That's what I was going to say. Business development specialist. And she is waiting for your call. What is your phone number, by the way?
You can reach me at Wayne Community College, and my number there is 919-739-6943. And my email address is also found at ncmbc.us. Just click About Us, and I'm right there.
Excellent. All right. Thank you,
Okay.
Sharron.
Thank
Great.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We're back on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Thank you for being with us. Right?
Sure.
Sure, Wayne Alley. Okay. What do we got? Oh, don't forget. I told you. Got a table down here. Right? I love this. If I was much shorter, I'd have to be standing on that. Just thought I'd throw that in. The Wayne Shrine Club's Fall Fish Fry. This is the fish fry where they collect the money for the Shriners Children's Hospital. This is very serious. I want you to take advantage of this. It is an amazing event. I haven't missed one. Starts September 30th at 11 o'clock, goes till 2, and then 4 till 7 p.m. It is a fantastic meal, lots of fish, and there's 2 drive-in locations and an eat-in location. You can drive through in Mount Olive, right across from Mount Olive Center, 11 till 2 and 4 till 7 p.m. You can drive through at Herman Park, 11 till 2 and 4 till 7 p.m. In fact, you can drive through Herman Park or in Mount Olive, and you can take 10 plates with you. Take them back to where you work, buy dinner for everybody or lunch for everybody. It's only $8 a plate, and just think of all the good you're doing to help these children at the Children's Hospital. There's 22 hospitals across the country. They need your help. And they're always finding new ways to treat problems these children have. It's an amazing place. It is just an amazing place. You can eat in at Herman Park. Eat in at Herman Park Center, rather. They have a big place laid out, and you can also take advantage of the dessert table. Try the hurricane cake; it's delicious. But you can also have your choice of water and tea, or tea. You also, I think the hurricane, all the desserts are $1 a piece, which is really inexpensive for what you're getting and for where the money's going. Now, the Ladies Auxiliary does a great job in making your desserts there. But the fish, fried fish, coleslaw, potato salad, and hush puppies, fantastic meal. Buy 10, buy 20, buy 30. And look, it's $8 a plate. What's another $2? What's another $2? Why don't you just go ahead and give them $10, making it even 10, and say thank you very much for what you're doing to help the children at the Shriners Children's Hospitals across the country. All right.
Very good.
Here's the answer to today's trivia question. Oh boy, what was the question? In Australia, it's called Hungry Jacks. Hungry Jacks. What do we call it here in the U.S. of A? What do we call it? Go ahead. That's right. Burger King. Burger King? That's right. Burger King. Hungry Jacks in Australia's Burger King. Me too. We got to go. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow being another day. That's exactly right. So until then, by the way, 7 a.m., 12, noon, and 5:30 p.m. That's when this show airs. Love to see you. Well, I hope you're there. So until tomorrow, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Pat Garner.
And this is Wayne Goldsboro Television.